crap everywhere. Howdy everybody. Just kind of throwing a quickie video together. I'm heat treating that stainless Sami blade and another 1095 blade that I ground sometime a year or more ago. I'm going to heat treat both of those. I've got the electric quench tank and heater. Got an electric quench tank going. I'm gonna dump the Parks 50 in there. I've got my big still controller running it because I still haven't made a PID controller to run that, so I just gotta put a thermocouple in there and watch the temp till it gets warm enough. No big deal for now. And just when I cleaned it out, I put it in this. I'm glad I kept this. Purple Power Jug-a-lug. Oh. Come on. Okay. You know how to do this. Just do it the right way. Hey, look at that. No jug-a-lug. On. Power. Oh yeah, you can see the heat coming off of that element already. Try and zoom in. Can you see? Oh yeah, I think you can see that. It's a heat wave. I think I'm going to turn that heat down just some. There we go. You can see it all swirling around from the pump and the heat. And back and start. One. It asked for a code. I just put one in. Anyway, it's firing up there. On the Sami, I'm going to do just an edge quench. So there's going to be lots of smoke and fire. Maybe I'll set up my iPhone and put that on Instagrams. But that's enough. I'll bring you back when I'm about ready to quench this shit. Alright. Well, it just hit $14.95. The oil is back at, one says 122, one says 127. Split the difference, so what? 124 and a half. Yeah. Here we go, boys. It's gonna get smoky, by the way, because I'm just doing an edge quench, and I'm gonna do the Sami one first. And then make sure that is videoing. Is that all? Fire! Fire! That thing is still screaming hot. No, dogs, you cannot come in. You keep it knocking, but you can't come in. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's fucking hard as glass, fellers. Most of that anti-scale popped off. You can see the nice flat gray. It's going right into the tempering oven. This one's getting the full Monty. Probably should have wiped more of the oil off, but 'tis what it is, fellers. Into the temper, please. This is when you want to cool the kiln down in a hurry so you can use it to temper. Alright, well, let's put this on and start now. So, I did my own little programming Grammy, 400 Fahrenheit, 2-hour temper. So it'll do that. And apparently it'll Wi-Fi enable. I can run it from my telephone. Not gonna happen. But anyway, I'm gonna let that warm up, and I'm gonna take the ones out of this crappy Black & Decker Pecker Wrecker that I had it on for 2 hours before at 450, and it never even got up to 350. If you can see that, I don't want to melt my microphone. Anyway, it's like 338 ish. But yeah, so I'm gonna pull them out of this and put them in the kiln. Please hold. Alright, well, I went up to the what? These are the Sunmax M45, and then I did the M50 which looks a lot tighter of grain structure, or not grain structure, but let's see. So here's the M45, and this is the M5, and I'm not sure. Anyway, and I did, before that, I did use the Trizac, which I really like these. A45, and then the, which is 400, and then I did an A65, which is 280, and then the A45, which is 400. And then these M series, they were much finer. I'd say 600 or 800. I mean, I've got some random scratches in it anyway, but that's right off the belt. And you can see the carbon to stainless line pretty clearly. This side's really, I like that. It's really cool looking. This side's not as cool looking, but there we go. But still, for first time, and I think I've got an idea of how to make these a lot more even, and yeah. So, but now my little hand sanding clamp, it just with Irwin quick clamps there, and I put a clamp on the back here just to keep it solid. It's got this cam lock. Yep, pretty good stuff if you like hand sanding, that is. And I just got Rhino Wet, and I got from 120 grit to 2500 grit. This is 400, 600, and 1000. So I think there's an 800 over there. But anyhow, you can give this a shot. I have only heard good things about it, but I have not used it yet. Now, this is the second one I hardened the other day. I need to clean it up too. But this is the one I'm wanting to kind of get done, because it's been 8 or 9 months since I finished a knife. So I don't even remember how. Not that I really knew how before, but anyway, I'm gonna set this up on time lapse and go to hand sanding. Everybody's favorite thing. I'll be back. Alright. Well, what I've been doing is cutting up strips, 1.5 strips. This is 1500 grit. Come on. Yeah, 1500 grit. Anyway, I've been using this piece of 01, and I definitely need to make some sanding stick thing jobs up, but just been wrapping around like that and then rolling it. Anyhow, I still need to hit this more with the 1500. That is sexy shit right there, fellers. I think I'm gonna stick her in just, well, all the way. Ha! Hold on. One more tease. What do you think? Stainless sand, not terrible for my very, very first time. Right? Still a long ways from finished, but we're getting there. Alright, boys and girls. Thanks for watching. Alright. Well, oh, you can't see. Drilled the holes on both of the scales, the new scales, because I made 2 left side handles yesterday. Again. Anyhow, I traced out, and I'm going to cut roughly on the outside of the line there, and then I'll do the same with the other scale and go from there. I don't know how much of the hole drilling process I got because the card got full, but that's where we're at. Alright, boys and girls. So what I've got, you've all seen this. So I took and scribed a line all the way around both sides, put it on my surface plate, height gauge, and then I 45'd all the way around with it pinned. Those are little standoff. There you go. Threaded inserts basically, and they'll go in here. I'm taking, this is my very first ever time I've done a removable handle. I usually use pins. In fact, I was going to. These are titanium, and I had 3 of them ready to go. The only issue I've got is I showed a couple people at one of my customers, my good customers down in the mountains, and 2 of them are like, how much right now? I want to buy it. And it was like, yeah, well, I'm not going to sell anything before it's done, and then you can decide if you want to buy it or not. So I wanted to make sure if I liked it or didn't, I could take the handle back off and make a different pair out of wood or whatever. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And obviously having, 45s all the way around, that's not going to be comfortable for use, but it's a really cool start, and then I'll do some patterning and fitting in there. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to try and finish this knife up today. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. And I've got a lot of video, I hope I've still got it, of me hand sanding this. I had it up to 1500 grit and did the dip. I put that on Instagram. I'm sure a lot of you saw it, I hope. Anyway, it's Bootleg Blades 8, because someone had bootleg blades apparently on Instagram, so I wasn't able to do that. But anyhow, I'll go back down to probably 800 on the bevels and work my way all the way back up to 2500, and then on the spine and everything, once I get the handle squared away and in. And then I'll do another etch in the ferric vinegar, and then probably a coffee etch on it after that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna pop these apart. They're not glued or anything, they're just got the standoffs in them, so I gotta wiggle them apart because they fit very, very snugly, and they fit very, very snugly in these as well, which is a good thing, I would assume, especially on a handle that's not epoxied. It'll just be mechanically fastened. So we'll see how that works out, and yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah. Okie dokie, folks. So I've got a little bit of this ground in, and I want to show you what I do. This is that's the lead, and that's the lead in my pencil. It comes. I got this at Woodcrafters. I buy a lot of wood from them for projects, but anyway, this is water jet safe. Can't even talk. Das für Unker. Yeah, it's German. Anyhow, what I'm doing is kind of mapping out what I want to do here, right? Where I want to remove material. So what I've done here is kind of mapped out where I want to start to grind. And I still don't want to grind past my initial 45 because I scribed, height gauge scribed, and let's see. Yeah, I might have hit the line right there. And I hit the line here. But they should be fairly equal, you see. Yeah, definitely hit the line there, which is fine. I don't care. I'll just smooth it out. But you don't want to get in to the tang. Watch out for that tang. It's trouble, I tell you what. Anyway. So that's where I'm at on this. Alright, well I got this, the iPhone hanging from my light to film this, so this is the stainless sand my knife. I finally got it all etched pretty close to where I wanted it. Not as good as I'd like, but it is what it is, and I'm over this damn knife. So anyway, this is an Edge Pro I'm going to use, and this is just some soapy water. Oh, you can't see it. Anyway, soapy water with the stones. Well, I finally finished up the sand my knife here. Still haven't put the black. I can't find my enamel pens. I have red and black to fill in the letters, but anyway. I am definitely over this son of a bitch, but turned out pretty cool. Got her sharpened. So yeah, here we have it.